Alright, so I finally have a free 10 minutes to try to make this video. So I just got this thing right here. Yes, that is the RF 70-200 F2.8 lens. If you didn't see my video on the RF 28 to 70 F2 lens, comparing it to some of my RF primes, I'll link that above. Definitely check that out. But in that video, I talked about why going with the 70 to 200 would be a smarter decision for me. So in this video, I just kind of want to go over my initial impressions of the lens, and in an upcoming video, I'll go into a more in-depth review. Again, I don't want to get too in-depth about the lens, just want to share my initial impressions and basically kind of like how I felt using the lens, especially compared to this RF 85mm 1.2 lens, just to kind of give a comparison between two RF telephoto lenses. And I know they're different lenses, but honestly, like I've said in my previous videos, these lenses are so expensive that I tend to think that most photographers aren't going to obtain both the 85 and the 70 to 200. Maybe they'd stick with like one EF lens for one of the lenses and an RF lens for the other ones. So first off, I really like the size. Honestly, I thought it was going to be bigger from what I've seen online, but the size is really manageable, and especially coming from my old Nikkor, what was it, version 2 70 to 200 2.8 lens. That thing was really huge, really heavy, so this is really cool and kind of shocking once you first experience it. Honestly, a big part of me is happy to pay the premium price just to have a 70 to 200 f2.8 lens that's this size. And compared with the 85mm RF lens, it's about, I would say, a similar size, but it is a little bit skinnier than that lens, so it feels lighter and a little bit more easy to handle. And a lot of people have complained that the control ring is closer to the body on this lens, but I think I actually prefer that. It's been easier for me to access, and I really don't find myself kind of getting tripped up on where the control ring is. So looking back on my decision to cancel the RF 28 to 70 f2 lens, I am definitely happy I did that, because just like I thought, this lens is way more practical for me in terms of video. I actually did a short social media clip for this company called Kidamento. Go ahead and check them out. They make kids cameras, so I know that a lot of my audience is in that age range where it's likely that you do have kids. So if you're looking for an awesome camera for your kids that's user-friendly and also great quality, definitely check out their products. It was a short video. It was about a minute, so I'll go ahead and post that up here right now so you can take a look at it, and then we can kind of talk about how I felt using the lens for that short project. So right off the bat, when I was using this lens for that video, I noticed that the whole kind of workflow of making a video like that was really easy with this lens. The type of autofocus that it has, the image quality, the fact that there's, very little focus breathing makes it a really, really attractive video lens. And just the fact that it's so much smaller than like every other 70-200 lens made it really fun to use too. I just had it, basically around my neck with this Peak Design strap that I just got, and all of that was done handheld with the awesome stabilization in the R5 in conjunction with the stabilization in the 70-200 lens. So it was nice not having to bring out the gimbal, even though the R5 does struggle with stabilization when it comes to the wider end. Like with the 15-35, you start to get that wobbling. If you're talking about telephoto lenses, so anything 35 millimeters and above, you get this really, really awesome and really practical stabilization for video and photography too. And as you can see from the video itself, the image quality is super nice. For photography, I would say that it is way more pleasing than the old Nikkor lens that I used to use, the 70-200 version 2. Just in terms of like how soft the out of focus background is, and also how pleasing the transition is from the subject to the background and the foreground. So I would say with the image quality, I don't think that I could really hope for more from a lens like this in such a compact size. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I am trying to decide what to do with this 85 millimeter. It's, for me, I love photography, but it's not the most practical for video work. The type of autofocus motor that it uses is a little bit noisier. I do like that it is a really fast autofocusing lens, but I don't like that. I'm not too crazy about the rendering of the lens, and it does seem to have like a little bit more of a clinical look, but there's photographers out there that make absolutely amazing images with that lens. So really it just kind of comes down to style, and I'm not really used to having a lens that's so extremely sharp like that lens. So alright, so short video today, that's it. I am going to come out with a full review of the 70-200 millimeter lens. If you have any questions about this lens and you want me to include something in that video, let me know in the comments section below, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.